I'm going to say some nice things about Lyra. She got an okay promo here. Was it world beating? Did it make me feel things? No, it didn't make me feel anything. But you know what? It wasn't bad. It was coherent. It made sense. It had a point. And then having Xia Li come out has more connection to the promo because she's talking about the person who said never meet your heroes. They obviously never met Becky Lynch. And she's continuing that friendship relationship that the two of them have, which ties into Xia Li, who was trying to goad Becky Lynch into a title match before Lola won the championship. How Xia Li attacked Becky on Raw last night, to Xia Li trying to be held back, which was really cool, by trying to keep her from coming to the ring by the security. It was a little dumb, but I like the idea that they're trying to keep people who aren't supposed to be here from the main roster out.
Yeah.
Although that was fun. And they get into it, and they kind of go back and forth a little bit about, and that was junk because Xia Li's not really a name that anybody's dying to see. But it's an opponent she can beat.
Yep.
It's a viable opponent she can beat that's been built up pretty well on Raw. She attacked Becky Lynch. She kicked the ever-living shit out of Candice LeRae. Sorry, Michael Cole. I knew who it was. I just wanted to do the Michael Cole thing.
Yeah, you got me for a moment.
But I mean, like, they've done a good job making Xia Li feel like she's talented competition so that Lyra can take her down and have a notch in her belt. One of the things we posted on Twitter this afternoon, when we had the video was, who's next for Lyra Valkyria? And I'm actually going to pull up that photo while I let you go ahead and talk about this segment here.
What I think that, like, the main thing that I liked about this is the continuity between Raw and NXT. Because, like you said, we started with, like, Becky versus Xia Li, and Xia Li, like, being in the background while Becky got interviewed as champion. Becky lost the championship, and then Xia Li never got that match she was supposed to get with Becky. And not only that, but, like, we get on Raw that she attacks Becky, so Becky isn't able to be in that battle royal for the #1 contendership for, to go against Rhea Survivor Series. So we not only had that connection between Becky and Xia Li, and even Lyra now being that's like the person she looks up to. But it's like Xia Li's probably thinking, like, her mindset is like, I was going to get a title match and I didn't get one. And like you said, I like that part of, like, when the guy started coming in, I thought it was JC Jane at first because I was seeing all black in the outfit. So it took me a moment to realize it was her. But I like that part, like you said, it was like having her stop. It's like, you don't belong here. Like, what are you doing here? And it just, like, it made me laugh though, because that moment with the security guard gets a little bit closer to Lyra, I was like, what's happening here? Because he's too close to her. And like the way that Xia kicks him, I was like, visually that looked pretty nice. Just like how close it was like that. I was like, that looked nasty. And like you said, that building her up in such a way that you feel like she could be a viable threat, with the way they're building her so far. And I was thinking about that tonight when, like, with the graphic, as I was thinking, because I'm thinking like ahead of time for the next pay-per-view, is like, who are they gonna have her face? Like, who are they gonna, like, really show us tonight when she does her promo? Because I automatically knew it was gonna be a promo. Who's gonna answer that promo and interrupt her to, like, build that challenge and get the storyline going? And in a good way, I couldn't think of who, because I knew they were building for the Iron Survivor, so I know they won't have any of those girls get involved yet, because obviously they have to get through the qualifying matches at first. But I kept thinking, who will be one that will interrupt her, and I will kind of really feel like, oh, that's somebody that could be a threat to that championship and to Lyra's championship reign right now. And to see her, I was like, this is somebody that it was unexpected for me, but in a good way. It was like, I was surprising. I liked seeing Xia Li being here. It's nice to have her being getting that spotlight by herself the way she is right now. And like you said, just thinking back of, like, the kick to Candice too. It's like that automatically makes you feel like this girl's a badass, and she just kicked the security guard the same way that she kicked Candice too. So it's like that makes her already look like a big threat to it, and that Lyra has to watch out for that as well. And I feel like they could easily just kind of in the next couple of weeks kind of mix it up and have her reach out to Becky and be like, "Hey, what advice do you have for me going against Xia Li now that she attacked you? So what was that like for you?" And we could kind of see her Becky being that mentor still to Lyra as this is going on. But it's pretty interesting, just the development that we have tonight between both.